Right, here's Sig Test 4. I distribute the negative 8. Negative 8 times that gives me the 8. Negative 8 times that guy gives me the positive 40. Watch out your negatives. That's where most people make their mistakes. I like to get all my x's on one side first, so I subtracted 8x from both sides. So I got this ugly 32x. Subtract the 8, subtract the 8, 32. Divide by 32, and you get the big fat 1. Plug in your answer, and then you can check it. So I plugged in the 1 for each x. Came out to be 48 equals 48, so that made me happy. So it checked out. So this one came out to be a no solution. That means something weird happened, like my x's disappeared. So I distribute, combine like terms. Nothing to do on that side. Subtract 4x from both sides, and I'm left with negative 12 is not equal to negative 64, so that means no solution. If it was equal at the end, then it'd be all real numbers, or all numbers. If the 2012 freshman football team scored 98 points against its opponents in the first 3 games, so that's 98 points for 3 games, then how many would they score in 10 games? And then you cross multiply if you want, or just multiply by 10 on each side, and it came out to be about 327 points. Looks like I'm adding 3 each time, so that means it's a 3x. Don't write x plus 3. You keep making that same mistake. That's a mistake I told you earlier in the year. Don't do that. You're adding 3 many, many, many times, which is multiplication. And it started off with 1. 600 figure, plug it in for the x. Function notation. G of negative 4 means take negative 4 and plug it in for g. There it is. Negative times a negative is a positive 16 plus 3 is big fat 19. F of negative 3 means take f of x and plug in negative 3 for my x's. That's why they're there. Always use parentheses and it'll help you eliminate problems, because when you square that you get 9. Positive 9 times that negative 4 is a negative 36. Negative times a negative positive. Plug in 0. 0 times 3 minus 7 is negative 7. 0, negative 7, dot. 1, plug in 1. 1 times 3 is 3 minus 7 is negative 4, negative 4. 1, negative 4. Just keep doing that. You got yourself a nice pretty line. Where most people made their mistake is you have to write it down to be able to see it and do it. If I plugged in 1, 1 and 1. 1 squared is 1. That makes it negative. Plus 2 minus 4. So that's negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. So 1, negative 3. And you just repeat that process for each one. If I plug in 2, that's 4. That makes it negative. Plus 4 minus 4, that's 0 minus 4. 2, negative 4. Just keep plotting points until you see the parabola. Slope is this number. Y-intercept is 0, negative 2. So that means I start at 0, negative 2, and I go up 2 over 5. Up 2 over 5, or I can go negative, negative is still a positive, so negative 2, negative 5 also works. Slope, y-intercept, 0, 3. Start at 0, 3. Go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, or I can go up 2 back 1, because this is a positive negative, or I can go negative positive. Doesn't matter. It's still a negative. Y-intercept's at negative 2. Slope goes up 3 over 2. 3 over 2. 3 over 2, x minus 2. Starts off at positive 2. Goes down 2 over 5. It's a negative slope because it's going downhill. So negative 2/5 x plus 2.